Throughout the period 1933-1945, the German army produced numerous training films. This example was made in the months following Operation Citadel in July 1943. Its purpose was to help new tank crews cope with Soviet fixed defences of the sort encountered by the German tank forces in the Great Offensive in the Kursk salient. It was also produced to help crews training on the still new Panther medium tank understand how it could be employed under such conditions. The Panthers used in this training film are mainly of the first variant, the Model D, while others are of the early A model. The primary anti-tank gun used by the Soviets throughout the war was the very effective 7.62 centimetre design known to the Germans as the crash boom. This was employed in huge numbers and mass batteries at Kursk in fixed defences called pack fronts. The frontal armour of the Panther was impervious to this weapon, but it was vulnerable on its flanks where the armour was much thinner. Soviet infantry are preparing their Molotov cocktails. This was a rudimentary but effective anti-tank weapon. It employed petrol in a glass bottle with a wick that was lit by the trooper on the approach of the enemy machine. This was then thrown at the optimum distance to explode on the tank so as to allow the burning fluid to penetrate into the engine or crew compartment. Also seen being prepared are anti-tank mines. These are stored in niches in the trench walls until such time as they are needed. Although most were laid into the ground to form huge minefields, those seen here are laid on the surface and thinly disguised using vegetation. While one Soviet soldier looks out for the approach of the German panzers, the other lays his weapons so that the Panther will run over them during the course of its advance. The lookout shouts to his companion as the Panthers move on to their positions. The mines are now strung out directly across the line of march of the approaching German tanks. The gunner views the approaching Soviet positions through his sight . The commander of the tank is passed a number of hand grenades so that he can deal with Soviet tank killing teams should they attempt to target his Panther. Another member of the crew takes down an MP-40 machine pistol from its mount on the turret wall and loads it with a magazine and stores it in readiness. Soviet heavy machine guns proceed to fire on the turret of this early Model A Panther. The effect of the machine gun's bullets is enough to fracture and splinter the armoured glass in the cupola used by the commander to scan from within the tank. A number of replacement vision blocks are carried within the tank, and the commander proceeds to set in place one of these as the Panther continues to advance on the Soviet positions. The gunner observes the approaching Soviet positions in order to locate a target for the 75mm main gun. A Soviet infantryman hidden in his trench prepares his magnetic hand grenades to throw at the oncoming Panther. Another soldier throws a Molotov cocktail. This is observed by the driver of the Panther when it smashes on his armoured visor. He brings the tank to a rapid halt, and he replaces the vision block on his driving position. A magnetic grenade lands on the engine deck of the halted Panther. Its clang is clearly heard inside the tank by the crew.
Dann am Heck schnell abhügeln!
Dora. Herr Leutnant, der Kerl ist erledigt.
Fertig!
This method of collapsing occupied trenches was used by many German tank crews in the Battle of Kursk. One of the crewmen takes his MP40 and, pushing out the pistol port on the Panther's turret, uses his machine gun to shoot down the enemy. A Molotov cocktail lands on the engine deck and the burning fuel runs down into the cooling vents. This is a very dangerous moment for the Panther crew. With the battle won, the Panthers assemble as if on parade, an interesting mixture of training film and propaganda.